Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about Vim plugin for Visual Studio Code, this little guide. So first, configuration. I disabled Control K for Vim because I use Control KZ under Visual Studio Code to display Vim mode. Enter and exit Vim mode. I also display three different things: the status bar at the bottom, the line numbers, and the tabs under the Vim mode. So that's my configuration. Now let's talk about Vim. First, Vim mode. By default, you are under this normal mode. You can navigate under the normal mode with like J, K, L, and H. You can also navigate with the arrow key, but they are kind of out of the way. There's also insert mode. For example, if I type lowercase I can start inserting things. There's also replace mode. Replace mode is triggered by uppercase R. Now, anything I types will replace the existing character. There's also visual mode. For example, lowercase v will allow me to select text, lowercase v, and I can select some text. If I use uppercase V, I select whole row. If I use Control V, I select a rectangular shaped area. So Control V, 3J, and I can select some rectangular shaped area. So that's the visual mode. The lowercase g and v allow me to select the previous selection. There's also command mode. For example, command mode is always triggered by the colon E exclamation. Discard all the changes, reload file from the hard drive. Q, close the file. So these are the different modes of Vim. There is also a search function, which is not part of the mode, but it's very often used. It's slash, say move, return, it will go to the first move at the cursor level. Lowercase n, next move, lowercase n, next move. Uppercase n, previous move. Uppercase n, previous move. So this search mode is very often used. You can also search with a question mark, which searches in exactly the opposite direction, the search backward. Another thing I want to mention is the small word versus big word. The small word is anything that is letter, number, underscore. So if I use lowercase w, it moves to the next small word. Lowercase b moves back one small word. If I use uppercase 3 w's, 3 uppercase w, it moves to the next big words. The big words is anything that is not white space. So this 1/2 is considered a big word. If I use uppercase W, it moves to S. However, if I use lowercase w, it only moves to the slash, because slash is not number, not underscore, not letter. So that's the small word versus large word. The Vim key E, W, and B allow you to jump by words, and uppercase EWB will jump by big words, while the lowercase EWB will jump by small words. Next, let's talk about Vim Key Binding. I already mentioned that H, J, K, L allow you to navigate up, down, left, and right. Double Z, let's go to line 20, 20 uppercase G, line 30, 30 uppercase G, and double Z, you move the current line 30 to the middle of the screen. ZT, move line 30, the current line, to the top of the screen. ZB, move line 30 to the bottom of the screen. So usually ZZ is the one you want because it allows you to see the code above the current line and below the current line. Control B, move backward one screen. Control F, move forward one screen. Control U, move back half a screen. Control D, move forward half a screen. There's some other navigation keys. For example, the 0. This 0 guy moves to the first character. It could be a white space, 0. However, if you use caret, it moves the first non-blank character. The pipe operator, a number plus the pipe operator, which is the vertical bar, allows you to move to a certain column. Here, the column is not displayed. The row number line is displayed. The column is not. You can only see column here. So this pipe is rarely used. Let's say 20 pipe. Moved column 20, but it's not clear which one's column 20. You cannot count so quickly, right? So this pipe is not quite useful. Now, if you want to move to previous line, the first non-blank character of the previous line, it's minus. The next line, the first non-blank character is plus. If you use the dollar symbol, it moves to the end of the line. If you use 0, it goes back to the beginning, or the caret to going to the beginning of the first non-blank character. If you use uppercase H, it moves to the top of the screen. Uppercase M, middle of the screen, and uppercase L, the bottom of the screen. Double G, lowercase, beginning of the file. Single uppercase G, end of the file. A number followed by uppercase G. See, 35G, line 35. So these are the commonly used navigation shortcuts under the normal mode. The next set of keys I have already mentioned. It's jumping by words. Lowercase w, jump to the next small word. Uppercase W, jump to the next big word. This fun example, okay. So F/N, that's not a small word because slash is not underscore, number, or letter. But if you want to jump to the end of the plus sign, 2 plus, you can use 3 uppercase E. Yeah, because it's 3 big words. The slash and the plus, as long as they are separated by the blank space, they are considered a big word. Yeah, B is moving backward, E is moving forward to the end of the word, and the W is jumping to the next beginning of the next word. So lowercase and uppercase will correspond to the small word and the big word, respectively. You can also move by using the F key, lowercase f and say N. It goes to the next lowercase n. Lowercase f and 3, you go to the next 3. If you use uppercase, it moves backward. Uppercase 2, go to the next previous 2. Uppercase 2 again goes to the previous 2, yeah. So the lowercase f and uppercase f is a very quick way to navigate, to jump to the desired letters. You can obviously use the search function slash, say below. It will move to the below word, yeah. So if it's the single letter F, if it's multiple letters, a pattern, use slash or question mark. Now the next set of hotkeys I have already mentioned, I, A, and O for entering stuff. There's other ways to enter this insert mode. It's C, change. Lowercase c, 2W, you delete 2 letters and then enter the edit mode, insert mode. Uppercase C would delete everything after the cursor and enters the insert mode. And also there's this lowercase r for replacing a single character, R, W. Yeah. Uppercase R, I already mentioned, to enter the replace mode, to replace anything that was there, yeah. Lowercase x for deleting the character at the cursor. Uppercase X for deleting the character before the cursor. Lowercase d can be associated with, say, D to W to delete 2 words. Compared to C to W, the D to W does not enter the insert mode. So if I type C to W, you delete and enter insert mode. But D to W, just delete. The uppercase D deletes everything to the end of the line without entering the insert mode, but uppercase C would delete and enter the insert mode, yeah. Lowercase s, so 3s, would delete 3 characters and then enter the insert mode. 3s. If I use uppercase S, it deletes the whole line, but also enters the insert mode. So the line's still there, it's just contents got cleared, and you can keep entering. So that's some of the hotkeys for deleting and inserting. Now let's talk about some other hotkeys. The uppercase J connects two lines. So if I use J, the next line combines with the current line. If I use lowercase y, it copies. So we select this word, and y, and they can use p, 3p, paste 3 times. So lowercase y is for copying. Lowercase p is for pasting after the cursor. Uppercase P is for pasting before the cursor. There's also, you have seen a lot of times I made some changes. I type lowercase u, I can undo the changes. So lowercase u is for undoing the changes. It's fairly easy. This Control R is for redo the changes. So they're exact opposite. Control R and U, lowercase u. Also, if your cursor is over some parentheses, square brackets, or curly braces, you can use the percentage sign to navigate it directly to the corresponding parentheses, or brackets, or curly braces. And also, if you want to navigate it by a paragraph, the blank line, you can use the curly braces symbol. Next blank line, next blank line, previous blank line, previous blank line. Another special character is to reverse the case of the selection. So if I use tilde, uppercase becomes lowercase, tilde again, lowercase becomes uppercase. If I select lowercase v and all the way to the G and tilde, every case is reversed. So tilde is for reversing cases. And another commonly used functionality is indent. If I use uppercase V and say 5J, I select all these 6 lines and I type 4 greater than indents by 4 positions. Another neat little thing is for repeating the previous editing operation. Editing operation is not navigation operation. It's for editing. For example, D3W, I use little dot. It deletes D3W again. So it's for repeating the previous editing operation. If I D3D, delete 3 rows, I dot. The dot will delete another 3 rows. So delete 6 rows. You can also place marks in your files. In line 25, you use lowercase m and lowercase a. You place the mark called a. Let's go to some other places. Say here, your lowercase m and lowercase b. Now if you enter command mode, colon, and marks, it will display there are 2 marks, one on line 24, column 7, one on line 26, column 46. If you need to repeatedly revisit these marks, you can just backtick, which is the key at the upper left corner, and then lowercase a. V backtick, lowercase b. It will select the areas between A and B, the marks you have created. You can delete marks by into the command mode, colon, del marks. And you can use exclamation sign is delete all the marks. That got deleted. We have already seen command mode in action several times. So using the colon, you enter the command mode, W, colon W, save the changes, colon Q, quit the file. Colon Q exclamation sign, quit the file, discarding all the changes. Colon E exclamation sign, quit the file, discarding all the changes, and reopen the file from hard drive. Colon WQ, write the changes and quit the file, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of commands. Another frequently used functionality is the viewpoint. You can use Control W, then V to open another file, a window. If the file is very long, has 400 lines of code, you can read the top portion while editing the other portion. Control WH, you move to the other window. Control W, you can toggle between windows. You can use close window. You can also open more than one window. Control WS, another window horizontally. You can open another file. Control P, settings. So this window has 2 files open. You can Alt 1, Alt 2 to toggle between the files. You can obviously use Control WQ to close or colon Q to quit. Yeah, so Viewpoint allows you to copy paste between files very easily, and also to read the same file from the top to the bottom if the files are too long. So it's a Viewpoint. You can also resize the viewpoint, so on and so forth. Yeah. So the last part I want to talk about some more advanced features in Vim is the visual block mode. So you want to edit multiple lines. For example, this guy, you can Control V enter the visual block mode, 3J to select all these guys. You can now insert something, another class, Shift I allows to insert at the beginning of the file. So this is quite useful. If you navigate to this letter E and Control V to enter this visual block mode, and 3J, you Shift I to add another class. This allows you to edit the multiple lines. You can also edit at the end. Control V, 3J, and use dollar symbol and uppercase A. You can then append at the end of the file on all 4 lines. Another nice little feature is automatic increment under this visual block mode. So say you have some divisions, div section 1 all the way to section 10. You can double Y 9P to paste it 9 times, F1 to go to the letter 1, Control V to enter this visual block mode, and 8J to go down all the way. And you can use G to indicate it's global, and Control A to increment by 1. So we have section 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way to 10 with just a few key strokes, which is very convenient. Okay, that concludes my introduction to Vim for Visual Studio Code. Thank you.